Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
All right, buddy.
Back for the Golden Bachelorette. This is episode 6 of the inaugural season. Make sure you like to subscribe here TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of your Bachelor Nation coverage, all of your reality TV coverage. Brian, this is a little bit of a shocker tonight. This was the episode leading into hometowns. We had 7 men, only 4 spots, no group or single date roses. So everything was going to come down to the rose ceremony, or so we thought. There were multiple one-on-ones, and we can get into it. But Mark, um, obviously, has been a fan favorite from the beginning. He has been promoted very heavily, right? And I've been a big fan of him. I I was shocked, Brian. Joan came after the day after their one-on-one date, before the rose ceremony that night, and basically said to him, "You're not as far along feelings wise, journey wise as I am, and I decided that I think it's better for you to not be dumped via a rose ceremony." How do you feel about that, Brian?
Was that your pick?
Yes.
Um, Now that I'm sitting here, just kind of sitting, thinking about everything that we talked about, even if it was a brief pre-show. Do you think he's going to be the Golden Bachelor? And they just
Yes,
kind
I
of did
do.
it.
I said it to Emily. She was sitting there, and I said, "They're setting this dude up. There's the scene that'll be in the beginning montage, right?"
Yeah.
He, also, I was wearing the invisibility cloak before, and now I'm not, and I'm like, "Oh God, there's gonna be something with the invisibility cloak that's on one of these promos in next year," and it's like, well,
It's
cool. I like him, but like
yeah, it's
it
funny
does
you
if I'm
brought.
the other men. I'm like, why am I good enough to get dumped during a rose ceremony, but Mark's not?
Right. It's funny you brought up Harry Potter. I was going to be like, she doesn't like his Patronus, his hummingbird Patronus charm.
No, she didn't. She loves Chalk's not what's his name's Chalk's bracelets though.
Yeah, she really likes Chuck. And hey, we I know we led with last week. Like Chuck left. I completely missed that he came back.
Oh my God.
I
Thank you,
completely
Brian. I She said chalk and I'm sitting there watching it, right? And I'm like, looks like chalk. And then like they said the group date thing and they said chalk. And I went, no, chalk. And I'm sitting there going, literally, did I get the person wrong who went home? Like,
No, that was a bunch of comments. It's like Chalk came back, and I was just like,
eh,
when? They made such a big deal out of it that I guess it didn't even register to me. I think him and Jordan look kind of similar.
yeah,
I
they do.
kind of was like thought that that might be the case here, but
Brian, thank
yeah,
God you said that. I have no idea how I missed this. Like, I
yeah.
want
I
it.
mean, we again, and I got just behind baseball that people were watching Survivor at the same time too. We also had Love Is Blind. Like Wednesday is our busiest day, and we had House of Villains that day too. So it's a busy.
We
Not that
watched
we're
four
like
shows last
not like we're
Wednesday.
trying to like give us a break here, but like we are multi-watching.
Yeah, and Love is Blind was a bunch of
Yeah, yeah, it was
episodes
like a lot of
too.
episodes last week. I mean, this obviously this one's shorter. Like what we had Love Is Blind,
Let
so we
us know
could
in the comments if anybody else missed it. You can be honest here. It's a safe space. We missed it.
yeah,
Final four, Brian. Pascal, Chalk, Guy, always laugh, and Jordan. Uh, Meaning that Jonathan and Keith were eliminated in the rose ceremony. I thought Jonathan was I mean,
yeah.
Keith had I thought they both were. I would. I was shocked, honestly. I thought both of those two were going to be in the final four. So
At least one of them, and and I talked to you about this pre-show too. Again, I completely missed that they were like, we're not giving out roses. So when Keith was like giving his monologue, I was like, why is this guy talking so much? He should be safe, and they didn't give out any roses. So
it's so funny though.
it is. I mean, Jordan, Guy, isn't Guy have also like a restraining order or something going on, or like
That just came out and all too.
yeah,
I mean, these dudes, his was like, and it seems his is worse than what's his
just
face.
dropped.
Yeah, but
Uh, Gil,
Gil,
Jesus
because
name.
Gil's was like a quick thing. Like his, like in his, I was on Facebook and I saw his like Instagram post he did. Like he did like a text post type thing.
Oh,
And
okay.
he like basically said, I was married for like 30 years. It ended. And he basically like went to a dark place, did things that weren't myself. So he definitely like harassed her or something, man, to the
Oh
point where
man.
wife of 30 years threw a restraining order out on him. And I'm like, this guy, like, we're in the final four here. Like, we almost got to a unproblematic final four. Almost, Brian.
Right. It's just also funny that like not funny, but like old people like I don't know. I would kind of think these guys wouldn't be one doing Instagram text posts and two doing creepy stuff lately to get on a restraining order. It's
Two
kind of crazy to
restraining
me.
orders, man, in like 3 weeks coming out about the Golden Bachelorette seasons. And I can't remember the last time we got somebody on like Bachelor or Bachelorette that ended up, oh my God, he was a criminal. I'm not saying these guys are criminals, but like, like that kind of, type of reaction. And, yeah, I mean, we can break the final four down here. I mean, I don't really have anything negative to say anything about them except for Guy, obviously now, but
Right.
I like Pascal. We love Chalk, even though we didn't know he was back. And Jordan's a good dude too. Jordan's kind of sneaky. I don't like.
Yeah. He's
I'm
just like he's kind of just there. What do you mean this is also fine? I wanted to say something else. I was trying to say something, but you kept talking. This is friend of the show. This has nothing to do with The Bachelor, but just so you saying like a problematic cast member. But this is a show we're gonna eventually watch when it eventually comes out. Love is Blind, or Traders Finland or something. Our buddy Logan commented on Strat Chat on the stream that like they had to like delay like releasing and filming or editing or something because one of the cast members like murdered his wife.
well, it's like
I don't mean to laugh about it. I don't mean to laugh about it, but like just
no,
you
I
bring
was
up
not
like
expecting
this
you to
is our
say that.
first like kind of scandalous cast member. It was like, well, just wait, we're gonna have whenever that
Yeah.
show comes out,
Oh, that's going to be tight.
like
Oh,
active.
shout out Logan. Finish the blogs.
You know he's not watching this.
Yeah, well, I'm still gonna say it.
Yeah.
Tag him on Twitter. Finish the blog. Stop writing about coffee shops. I need my belt. Anyway, no one has any idea what I'm talking about. Watch our amazing race coverage, and you'll have an idea of what we're talking about. Yeah, so hometowns next week. I think this will be the episode where we might be able to get a little more insight to who's actually like the top two, at least. I have to see how much she invests into them individually. I don't mean to make a joke either or be dark, but like when and then she ends up saying it, but when they go to the wine tasting and they're like, "Oh, we're married for 32 years," she's like, "Oh, my dead husband, 32." I was like, "Oh, bummer." And then she's like, "I don't mean to be you downer." I'm like, "Yeah, you are." God,
Yeah.
that guy, the guy went, "Oh,
That was just a random couple.
random couple." Just like when they did this season when they were in like Europe and they randomly found that old couple that
Oh,
was
right. Yeah, I
together.
remember that. I remember that. Like, tell me what love is. Love is this. They do it every season, but man. I mean,
Just shocked after tonight, man. I did not expect.
yeah, no, I agree. Marco and Home not making the Final Four is definitely surprising. But again, I think the way he was let down was the
He got the
foreshadowing.
hero he got the what do they call it, survivor? He got like the purple edit or
Yeah,
whatever. Like
it
he's
just
gonna
I don't know, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like like I could see through it. That's what that it was so obvious it bugged me.
yeah. Well, it was obvious what was happening when she came. She wasn't coming to do something positive with him once he went out there. But again, for me, it's the line of saying like I just couldn't have you be dumped during a rose ceremony. It's like, yeah, but what
Right.
about the other dudes then? They're equally
Yeah,
has been here as long. Why? Because they don't have a daughter who's been on the show before.
right.
Like
Exactly. And this is also just a callback to when we were watching the finale of Jen's season. They were in the audience together and like they were like, why would they focus on them? So you know what I mean? Like
because they're
it
the
just
faces.
they think we're smarter than them.
Yeah, we're smarter than them too, and not for nothing. By the time we finally get to a winner, I'm gonna still remember Mark, and I'm gonna be like, you didn't really position these guys to be. Now, maybe they know something we don't. Maybe whatever relationship she picks or doesn't pick hasn't panned out, right? And I don't want that for her.
I don't have
Obviously,
time.
I don't at all. But I'm yeah, I don't know. I really thought my final two I had going into what I thought like this episode. I thought it was going to be Mark and Keith as the final two.
Yeah, or Jonathan. Like those are ones that got heavy screen time. And like yeah, I mean, Guy and Jordan, like you said, like
Guy seems fine. Guy was cool with like a lot of the other
it's just the
gentlemen stuff.
editing. It's just mainly
Yeah,
what we're being shown is what's surprising it to me.
maybe they knew about the restraining order, and they're like he makes it so far, and like this guy might make the final three, and so they got to like show him where they could. But
Maybe that's the breaking point.
I don't know, man. But either way, like if they can edit somebody like Gary out of Below Deck for most of the season, that's apparently going to be happening. You can
Wait,
edit.
really? He's been in it all the time. I feel like all Gary's in it all the time.
Well, we're only 2 weeks in, but apparently his edit is going to be being trimmed down as we go. We can talk about that. I'll talk about that on the Below Deck video, which I meant to do today, and I didn't even think about it until I just said that. So I will
All
get
right.
something out there. I honestly, I'll just get something out on TikTok at least about the Gary stuff, and then I'll do the review tomorrow. But I can do something about that tonight.
Yeah,
Also, there was a Captain Lee shit talking Captain Sandy
I
again.
did see that. I did see that.
Dog was won't let it go. He just won't let it go. I'll probably do one on that too for tomorrow. We get some Below Deck coverage before our House of Villains Thursday comes. But yeah, look, I want to see the hometowns. I obviously want to see this end with a positive
Hmm.
outcome for her. And I'm looking. One thing I will say is this is like one of the only seasons I'm looking forward to, like the men tell all. Right, it's just going to be vibes. Like it should just hopefully be positive vibes, and may not be like we may not do that review that night. It may be more like a TikTok thing, but hey, like I want to see these guys. I want to see how they're doing. So
Right. Yeah. Probably just life updates and restraining order updates.
civil disobedience.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, I think we're all on the same page. We're a little shocked here, honestly. Like we just, kind of a little jokey, but like we are still kind of collecting. Did not expect the exits we had tonight. Um, but like you said, we'll get into Men Tell All, we'll get into hometowns, and see where Joan lands. If you're a Bachelor Nation fan, go back, check out our playlists. We've covered a ton of seasons of Paradise, Golden, regular franchise. Like we mentioned, we're covering Love is Blind right now, season 7. We just got through week 3. House of Villains. We'll have a new episode tomorrow night. There will be a review tomorrow around like dinner time ish. Survivor 47. Apparently, we didn't see it yet, but apparently a pretty good blind side again. So hopefully, we're stacking good weeks of Survivor. If there's any other shows you'd like us to cover, comment below. Hit us up on TikTok. Hit us up on Instagram. It's all at The Reality Guys. But until next time, for myself and Brian, thank you so much for watching. Peace.